the recording for this particular session. Okay. Right. So the TS for the course will be there is a group of TS that are available. One or two may have contacted you. So the complete list of the TS is available on Zabeel, and that's also available on the LMS. If it isn't along with their office hours, I'll just instruct the TS to provide you with their respective office hours and put a uh, names and the list of all the TS that are available on the LMS page, so that you can actually uh, contact them whenever you feel any issue, or whenever you have some issue, or whenever you have some uh, questions related to the course and the other modules of the course. Okay, so this is how the grading breakdown has been proposed for this particular course. Because this is an online course, so therefore there are some changes from the standard outline. So you'll definitely have quizzes during the course, and then towards the end of the course we'll have a final, and that is a comprehensive final that we are looking at. Then you have assignments and projects and project. The assignments would be at least uh, 3 to 4 assignments that you are looking at. So probably three, and then the project. Uh, so before the mid break, we'll have uh, we'll try to complete all the assignment part, and then the the post midterm we'll start with the project. And the project is also like phased, so therefore it would be, you can think of project as some an extended sort of an assignment. Uh, so okay, so we'll let you know about the modalities of how the project will be conducted, how many students will be allowed in a group, whether it would be a group project at all or not. Considering the size of the class, uh, well, an individual project would be difficult to monitor. Therefore, we'll allow some groups, but we'll give you a complete sort of a document that would explain how the project will actually be conducted. And as I told you, would be phased into at least 2 to 3 phases, and each would be primarily graded separately. Regarding the quizzes would mostly be announced, but there might be an unannounced sort of activity that might take place, but most of them, say about 90%, 95%, they'll be announced. Okay, so so this is how the grading would look like. Midterm को हमने drop किया है, and we introduced project here. Okay, and as I told you, towards the end we'll have a comprehensive exam. So if there are any questions related to
Excuse me, sir.
yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, how many quizzes will we have?
Okay. Um, well, you can expect a quiz after every say after every 15 days or 2 weeks. So दो हफ्तों में एक quiz is the rough estimate, but this number could change a little bit. ठीक है, but average, I think this would be the number that you should expect in this particular course. Okay. Uh, then these assignments, they'll be primarily programming assignments, and we'll actually be using Python here. So we'll start by introducing Python. So there would be separate tutorials for the Python. And these programming assignment would primarily be looking at, or would be focusing on programming that would be done in Python. So I've actually assigned different tasks to different tiers. So there is a tier responsible for conducting the tutorials, for arranging the tutorials, not primarily conducting all the tutorials. So you will actually uh, be interacting with the TS soon. So, and they'll basically arrange a slot, maybe one or two slots where you can actually come in and learn. And they'll also share some of the resources जहाँ से आप खुद भी learn कर सकते हैं, right? Okay, regarding the regarding the project, we'll provide you a list of projects, and you'll have to choose from that. Okay, और वहाँ से आपको projects जो हैं वो choose करने पड़ेंगे, and every project would be assigned to a particular group of TA. So this is how the projects will be there. Okay, regarding the question on plagiarism and cheating and all that stuff, we'll be implementing a very strict policy on that. Again, you will be communicated the document or the policy through email, and we'll apply that, and that would be primarily I'll not be sharing the details of that here, but there will be a separate document, so you'll actually have to go through that. But we'll implement that plagiarism as well as the cheating policy, and we'll try to ensure कि इस तरह की कोई चीज़ जो है वो ना हो, right? I'll upload the course outline on LMS. So LMS के ऊपर आपको कोर्स कंटेंट्स और इस तरह की चीज़ें जो है वो LMS के ऊपर आपको मिल जाएंगी, right? So is there anything that you need to know about this before we move on? Yeah, I'll try to make sure कि ये जो slides हैं ये आपको lecture से पहले मिल जाए, ठीक है? So I'll try to make sure that जी. So आज के लिए तो I haven't really done that, लेकिन from next time I'll actually do it. Regarding the grace days जो आपने बात की assignments के हवाले से, again we'll share the complete policy with that, and every assignment will follow almost the same policy, and we'll share that policy with you. So Muzammal is here, so maybe Muzammal, you can share a comprehensive document which explains that how the assignments would actually be conducted, okay, with the students in writing, so that they have that along with the plagiarism policy, right? And how the projects will be conducted. So we still have some time before the projects actually start. So the projects primarily would start after the mid break. So well before the mid break, we'll share that project policy and along with the topics that we'll actually be using as projects, right? और उसमें तमाम details आप kindly सबसे share कर लीजिएगा, ठीक है जी? Plagiarism policy is an important policy, so you do share that policy with them within this week, right? So that they know how we'll we'll try to combat cheating and all that stuff, right? Okay. Okay, so this is primarily the breakdown. And if there are any questions, you can always write an email to me or to the TS for any clarifications if you require. Okay, I hope this is clear. Uh, okay, so mid break से मतलब ये था कि when we almost reach towards the middle of the course, ठीक है? तो it doesn't really mean कि आपके कोई लास्ट में mid break होगी. So जो भी आरओ का शेड्यूल है उसके मुताबिक when we are almost in the middle of the course, then we'll start the process of allocating projects. ठीक है जी? Okay. Right जी. So right, the textbook that will that would be quite handy is the book written by Russell and Norvig. The name of the book is Artificial Intelligence, a Modern Approach, and you can get hold of the latest edition for that. If not, then even the older editions could also do. We'll share, say, the relevant chapters or the book on LMS so that if you are unable to get hold of the book, then you can basically get the help otherwise. But the advice would be that you should, if you can get a copy of this book, that would be quite handy, and that would also be quite useful for your future use. So it's a very good textbook. Uh, so it falls somewhere in the middle of what you say in terms of the way or the level of difficulty. So it's almost midway. That means that it's written in a way that it's not say very easy to understand. So you have to apply your mind in order to understand some of the concepts that are elaborated in this textbook. But it's not very hard to follow. Okay? So it's somewhere in the middle, strikes the balance quite well. And a standard textbook that is used almost everywhere in the world, right? So the same textbook will be there. Plus, we'll provide you with some additional handouts ताकि जो concepts इसमें समझना थोड़े से difficult हैं, for them we'll provide you separate handouts and maybe sort of tutorials जहाँ पे आप उन concepts को समझ सकें, ठीक है? So this is the standard book that actually be used, right? So plagiarism policy, I've already talked about that. So you will get a separate document on that. So usme we'll elaborate this particular policy in detail, right? Honor code की सारी details भी उसके अंदर होंगी. So you should primarily be careful about the plagiarism policy. You should read it very clearly. Okay? And once this once this policy is declared, so we'll implement it uniformly, so that there isn't any sort of misconception about how this policy would be implemented. ठीक है जी? So okay, so these were the slides related to the course outline. So now if there are any questions so far, you can ask me before I share the second set of slides that have been prepared for introducing or starting with the discussion on AI. So if there is anything, just let me know if there is any question or something of that sort. Okay, Jay, Muzammal, I'll request the TS to actually have that discussion forum in place. So that is a standard sort of an activity. ठीक है, तो वो उसको कर लेंगे याजा most probably, और उसी को वो करेंगे, and that is something that will be available. So your discussion forum would also be available there, right? So as I told you, the TS will contact you soon with all these details. Okay. So let's start with the first question that we need to answer before we move on to our discussion. And that question is, what is AI? So we need to define artificial intelligence before we move on and we discuss various topics that are related to AI. Okay, and if you look around and if you, let's say, browse say some of the books and some of the stuff on artificial intelligence, you will find that there isn't a standard definition that is available for artificial intelligence. Okay, so let's start with this question. So what is AI? So what in your view is artificial intelligence? So let's start with your thoughts about that. Okay, so Ahmed has actually said that it's a self-learning programs is what you call as artificial intelligence. Okay, so it's a program that can rewrite itself. Okay, that is Miqdad. Then you have Umama saying self-learning algorithms. Then you have ability of machines to learn. So these are all different definitions which the students are actually writing on in the chat box. Solving real life problems using technology. Program that changes its parameters based on the data. Program which can accomplish a task without being specifically coded for. Okay, if you can, like, you can unmute yourself and you can also talk and explain what in your view is artificial intelligence. Perform intelligent tasks, ये हनान ये कह रहे हैं.
Sir, may I?
जी please.
Hello.
जी go ahead.
Sir, AI is a top-down approach and machine learning is a bottom-up approach to the same problem, which is to allow computers to understand the real world without human interaction and without human intervention.
Okay, so could you elaborate on this top-down and bottom-up approach? What is that?
So, yes, sir. So in the top-down approach, we try to mimic humans and the way humans think, and then go from and like that's the pinnacle, right? So we go down from that. And in the machine learning approach, which is bottom up, we use mathematics and very basic approaches to slowly build towards, the AI. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so what is the outcome of that? So you have actually talked about the process of building a system, but what is the outcome of say of developing an AI system?
Hmm. Sir,
What
I
do you
feel like
get
it's
at the
a
end of the day?
autonomous system
Autonomous.
which takes in inputs from the real world and gives outputs.
Okay.
And we don't have to actually calibrate the system on our own. It is self-calibrating.
Okay. So let's hear to Fatma. Fatma, you have raised your hand, so
Um,
go ahead.
so normally, like programming wise, AI is relatively new. So basically, जब आप problem एक देखते हो and you code towards it to solve that problem, you use machines. But AI is artificial intelligence is basically replicating human intelligence, the replicating the human brain and in letting the machines decide what is right and what is wrong. And उसके through वो अपने जिस तरह previously लोगों ने mention किया algorithms अपने edit करते हैं according to इसका कि उनका जो output है वो किस तरह alter होना चाहिए
Okay.
उस तरह वो अपने algorithms पे edit करते हैं. But it's basically artificial intelligence is replicating human intelligence.
Okay. Okay. So anyone else? So Taha has actually written in the comment box that machines that can think rationally. फिर है जी perform intelligent tasks. इस तरह से कुछ और definitions हैं. So anyone else who would like to contribute to this discussion before we move on to some of the definitions that are common? Okay, so let's G. So AI can only work towards specific types of problems, unlike humans who can work on multiple problems. Miqdad का ये comment है, so it's more like a comment rather than the definition of artificial intelligence. Shiza ने कहा है कि AI is the application of computing to solve problems in an intelligent way using algorithms. Okay. Naima says that AI solves problems in an intelligent way using algorithms. So it's almost the same definition जो हमारे पास आता है. So large collection of if-else statements. Okay, Umar Kamran. So that's an interesting definition. So a large collection of if-else statements. So this is how the old AI used to work. So the new era has actually gone past this sort of definition. So it started definitely with if-else statements, but these days it's not just if-else statements. It's much beyond that. Okay, this is another interesting definition जो कि हन्नान की तरफ से आई है. तो AI is whatever hasn't been done yet. Okay, so this is also a very interesting insight. So Hannan, can you explain this further?
यस सर, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल एक आम मशीन होती है ना, उसके
जी.
लिए ना सर्टेन टास्क ओवर टाइम, जिस तरह पहले ऑप्टिकल कैरेक्टर रिकग्निशन थी, वो सही तरह से परफॉर्म नहीं होती थी, बट एज टाइम वेंट बाय पहले पुराने ज़माने में ना 50s और 60s में दैट वाज कंसिडर्ड एआई, मगर आज के ज़माने में इट्स सो इजीली एक्सेसिबल कि हम उसको ना इंटेलिजेंट कंसिडर नहीं करते, एक आम चीज़ बन गई हुई है.
Okay, लेकिन whatever hasn't been done yet, so this is quite a sort of a strict sort of a statement कि ऐसा काम जो कि पहले यानी अब तक नहीं हुआ था. So these are all different applications जो कि अभी आपने बताया, जैसे text analysis की बात की. So these are just applications. So these were being processed by humans for many years, thousands of years. ठीक है, तो ऐसा तो नहीं है कि ये टास्क पहले नहीं हुए हुए. ठीक है, so they weren't being done artificially before. Okay, so yes, from application perspective you are actually right. So let's hear what Ahmed has to say. Ji Ahmed Zafar.
हाँ, तो I wanted to mention कि एक artificial intelligence obviously consists of a neural network, ठीक है, और जो smallest component है एक neuron. I can't remember the name of what it is actually called in computer terms, लेकिन it has different inputs and biases, जिसको you train the neural network, so it gives you the desired outcome. और फिर इस तरह के काफी सारे neural networks मिल के एक काम करते हैं जो आप करना चाहते हैं.
Okay, so neural networks is primarily uh, is the biological version of how say information is processed in humans. And when we say artificial neural networks, then you are trying to develop neural networks that are artificially generated by developing some algorithm. So there is an algorithm that has been developed. और अगर आप human neural system को mimic करने की कोशिश करते हैं, then this is what artificial neural networks is. But artificial neural networks is not the only AI that is available. Artificial neural networks is one of the techniques through which you can achieve intelligence. Okay, so this is just one of the techniques through which you can train a system or you can develop a learning system. Okay, so this is not just limited to artificial intelligence. Yes, in humans, information processing jo ho rahi hai, that is done through the neural system, and the basic unit of that neural system is a neuron. So we'll discuss some of the details here, but this in a way will is just the way the information is processed. और अगर आप कोई artificial system बनाना चाहते हैं तो you try to mimic this process and try to develop a system जो कि neural network की तरह information को process करता है, right? So अच्छा, अभी there are few other definitions that are coming up. Imparting intelligence to a processor, allowing it to make decisions based on input. Okay, ये definition आई है हिसान की तरफ से. Okay, and then Nisha server has just said कि जी अच्छा, train a system to replicate human mind. Okay, so great. So there are lots of different definitions. So कायम की तरफ से definition है कि training a program to change its behavior. Okay, so let's just try to find out what actually an AI system is. So what is AI? So we are talking about definition of AI. So some of the comments that came from the students here, some of them talked about the applications of AI. Some of them talked about the techniques that are associated with AI. Okay. So when we say what is AI, it's primarily the outcome that we are looking at. Okay. And as I told you, the outcome depends upon the task कि आप task क्या perform करना चाहते हैं. For example, if it is a computer vision related problem, so the task is, let's say, to identify objects which are present in a video or objects that are present in an image. If that's the task, then the outcome of that task would be in accordance with what the input is coming. Okay. Similarly, अभी बात हुई neural information processing की. So if you are trying to develop a system that is processing information like a neural system, then the output or the outcome, output and outcome of the process would be different. Okay, so let's try to define in a single sentence what an AI system would look like, or what is the expectation of an AI system. Okay, so you all may have heard about this person. The name of this person is John McCarthy, and he is the first person who actually coined this term, artificial intelligence. Okay, So he was actually the person who gave this name artificial intelligence, and before this scientist, the term artificial intelligence wasn't there. Okay, so it was John McCarthy who actually gave this definition. Okay, so he was primarily a computer scientist. uh, you must have heard about him earlier. Okay. Acha. So let's try to put what AI is based upon the literature and based upon some of the stuff that is available. Uh, this is what comprises of a very concise sort of a definition of artificial intelligence. So it says that the study and design of intelligent agents. This is what artificial intelligence is. Okay. So intelligent agents की बात यहाँ पे हो रही है. So we need to further elaborate what intelligent agents would mean here, right? So let's elaborate this a little bit. So what is an intelligent entity? An intelligent entity is some entity that could perform better than a random task. So let's say if you are doing if you are trying to solve a problem, and you can solve that problem, you can try to solve that problem by developing no algorithm. So just by, let's say, if you want to decide that if you want to turn left or to turn right in order to reach your goal, and if it is you are navigating inside a forest. Okay, so your decisions that you are making, these decisions could be just random decisions. ठीक है, so you can randomly decide कि आपने left turn करना है या right turn करना है, and you can hope कि जी आप जो है वो अपने goal तक या अपने target place तक पहुंच जाए. But if you are performing these actions randomly, or if you are using your chance, or if you are just let's say tossing a coin, तो आप कहते हैं जी अगर heads आएगा तो मैं left turn कर जाऊंगा और अगर tails आएगा तो मैं right turn कर जाऊंगा. So that is what you call say a behavior that is just a random behavior, right? So what you are trying to develop here is that you are trying to develop some entity. It could be a, say, obviously it has to be programmed and it has to be done through writing down some algorithms. So whatever you write down in the form of an algorithm, that has to perform better than a chance. Okay. So the chances of success in such an entity or in such a let's say implementation जो आप कर रहे हैं, the chances of success should be greater than 50%. And if they are greater than 50%, then you call it an intelligent entity. Otherwise, if it is a, let's say you are written down a program for navigating, and if say more than 50% you succeed in reaching the correct destination, so then you call that system as an intelligent system. और अगर वो random है, let's say कि वो 50% of the time जो है वो successful होता है, 50% of the time वो successful नहीं होता, so then it's not an intelligent system. ठीक है? So it has to perform better than a chance. एक चीज. And on the other side, so this is one end. ठीक है? So that is the least thing that you can expect from any AI system. ठीक है? So the outcome that you can expect. So better than a chance is the least that you can expect. So at least it should succeed, let's say 51% of the time, greater than 50%, and of course not less than 50%. Okay. And what is on the other side? The extreme is that there are the information processing that is done in humans because multitasking बहुत ज़्यादा करें आप, object recognition में humans are actually performing quite well compared to the artificial systems that have been developed. Okay, so the benchmark here in some of the cases, well, in most of the cases, we'll also discuss maybe in future कि कौन सी ऐसी activities हैं या कौन सी ऐसी problems हैं जिनमें you can perform better than humans. Okay, so the others, the other end of the spectrum is that you try to mimic the humans. Okay, so एक side के ऊपर you are trying to develop systems that can perform better than random behavior, and on the other side, the other end of the spectrum is that you have systems that are as well as or they perform as good as the humans are performing. Okay, so that's something that defines the two extremes. Okay, so at the least expectation from an intelligent system, and on the other side you have the maximum expectation from an intelligent system. Well, this is not a comprehensive definitions, because some of the definitions or some of the tasks that you might be performing, they might fall outside this realm or outside this bracket that we have just defined. ठीक है, तो कुछ ऐसे टास्क हो सकते हैं जिसमें humans are not very good in performing some tasks, whereas an intelligent system might be very good in performing those tasks. The example would be, let's say, the processing speed while you are playing a game. और just recently अगर आपने देखा हो तो AlphaGo was a game that was developed, and there was an artificial sort of brain that was implanted there, and the number of rules that you have in that game, they are enormous. I mean, there are a large number of rules that are there, and it becomes humanly impossible to process or to keep track of all those rules and apply those rules. Okay, so according to one estimate, why AlphaGo was so successful. So, okay, before I ask or before I answer this question, I'll just pose this as a question to you. So, if why do you think that game playing जो है वो एक computer which has an artificial sort of intelligent system present in it may perform better compared to a human, और उसने humans को हराया भी है. I mean, आपने चेस के केस में भी देख लिया, डीप ब्लू की एग्जांपल आपके सामने होगी. So why did that happen? ऐसा क्यों? जी, large processing capability, ठीक है, लेकिन can you quantify that कि larger computing power या larger processing capability से मुराद क्या है? What do you mean by this? Okay. Access to large amount of previous data. It has a better ability to perform one very specific task. ठीक है जी. If I could, जी, go ahead. Sign.
So maybe it's because they can run simulations and then choose the move which has the most probability of winning.
Okay. Okay. So that's जी अहमद, आपने
ह्यूमंस को साइकोलॉजिकली भी मूव्स अफेक्ट कर सकती हैं, मतलब
हाँ ठीक है. नो, दैट्स आल्सो एन इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट कि ये भी हो सकता है कि उसकी किसी ऐसी वो यानी थोड़ा सा डिसोरिएंट हो जाए या थोड़ा सा वो लैक ऑफ कंसंट्रेशन टाइप चीज हो जाए जिसकी वजह से वो जो है द पर्सन माइट नॉट कंसंट्रेट. अच्छा, well, one of the reasons that why especially games के अंदर कि why computers have beaten humans is कि let's say कि if you are playing chess, तो आप जब chess if you are playing that a game, so what do? You actually do some sort of say projections. So वो projections क्या हैं? So you say कि अच्छा, if I make this move now, what would be the impact of that move later on? कि उसके बाद मेरा opponent क्या move करेगा और फिर मैं क्या मूव करूंगा और फिर उसके रिस्पांस में मेरा ओपोनेंट क्या मूव करेगा. सो यू एक्चुअली ट्राई टू प्रोजेक्ट द इम्पैक्ट ऑफ योर मूव इन फ्यूचर. ठीक है, एंड यू ट्राई टू एस्टिमेट कि जी अच्छा मेरी इस मूव की वजह से अपोनेंट के पास क्या अपॉर्चुनिटी है और वो क्या मूव कर सकता है, उसके विनिंग चांसेस कितने हो सकते हैं और मेरे विनिंग चांसेस कितने हो सकते हैं इफ आई परफॉर्म दिस मूव नाउ. अच्छा, so you are actually projecting your move in future. You are trying to project the impact of your move in future. Acha, so what has been calculated is on average a very intelligent human being, people who master these game playing things, they can project up to say 6 or 7 steps ahead. Okay, so they can try to project the impact of their move, let's say up to 6 or 7 steps in future. ठीक है, तो उस वजह से so that's the capability which an expert in the domain has. अच्छा, if you compare it with machines, it's almost double. Okay, so what has been calculated is based upon the computing power that is available, a machine could project more than 14 steps in future. Okay, and that means कि अगर वो computer, let's say कोई artificially intelligent system जिसके अंदर सारा knowledge of that game has been implanted, if that system is performing a move, the system is capable of projecting the impact of the move in future up to 14 or more than 14 moves. ठीक है, तो इसका मतलब ये है कि इन फ्यूचर जो इम्पैक्ट एनालिसिस आप कर रहे हैं अपनी इस वक्त जो आप मूव करने जा रहे हैं उसका, द कंप्यूटर्स बिकॉज ऑफ द हाई कंप्यूटेशनल पावर and because of say of course the previous history that is available by playing that particular game, the machine or the algorithms or a computer system that is playing a game has a better capability of analyzing the impact of the game or analyzing the impact in terms of winning or losing a particular board. And this is specifically true for board games. ठीक है, board games जैसे AlphaGo is also a board game and chess is also a board game. ठीक है, so it's primarily because of this reason that you find a computing system performs better, mainly because computational power उसकी ऐसी है कि जो future projections हैं they can be done and those future projections can be done maybe in further say with more depth in future. ठीक है, rather than comparing or compared if you compare it with humans. ठीक है, so that's why you find कि जो algorithmic implementations हैं they at times have performed much better compared to humans. ठीक है जी, so you can look at this from the outcome perspective as well. So you can design, or the expectation is that you want to design a system that could look ahead. Okay, and look ahead, say in terms of the number of steps in future. Well, comparing it with humans, it should have, say, a better look ahead sort of a capability compared to humans. और अगर आप ऐसा करने में कामयाब हो जाते हैं, तो then that system will be able to even beat humans. ठीक है? So this is a rough sort of an estimate which I've actually given you here. In case of human beings, you can only, or the limitation is you have, let's say, almost half the look ahead ability compared to the computational machines जो कि इस वक्त मुख्तलिफ गेम्स जो हैं वो खेल रही हैं. ओके, सो एजाज ने कहा है कि कैन द प्रोटेक्शन अप्रोच बी to a tree traversal. जी, I mean yes, so tree traversal जो है that is again जो आपने बात की, that is just an implementation of a board game. तो आप उसमें जो data structure उसकी implementation के लिए use करते हैं, तो that is primarily a tree. So you can actually use any different type of data structure. So that's, so yes, it's very similar to that जो कि आपने कहा है. जैसे ट्री ट्रैवर्सल के अंदर अगर आप रूट नोड के ऊपर बैठे हुए हैं, so a human can look ahead up to level number 7, let's say, whereas a computing machine जो कि artificially enabled है, and if it is developed properly, especially AlphaGo और मैं Deep Blue की बात कर रहा हूँ, तो उसमें they can look ahead up to level number 14 in, and you can like compare it with the traversal that is present in a tree, right? So that's true. Okay, so that's like one bit of the definition. The second part of the second keyword in this definition is agent, right? So that is also is something that you need to focus on, right? So agent. So what could be an agent? An agent could be a computer program. Okay, so it's primarily a computer program that you are looking at. So so what is this definition telling us? This definition is telling us that you want to develop computer programs that are intelligent, right? And what do you mean by intelligence? Intelligence basically starts when you perform better than a random process. And on the other side, you can at least mimic that how very complex tasks are performed quite easily by human beings. ठीक है, तो आप you try to perform as good as humans. ठीक है जी? So this is okay. So this is like one of the definitions. ठीक है, तो agents का word जहाँ पे हम use करते हैं in artificial intelligence, we are primarily referring to computer programs, okay, or algorithms. Computer programs, and what a program would consist of? A program would consist of an implementation of an algorithm. ठीक है, so primarily an algorithm itself would also is also an agent. ठीक है, so what's happening here? Let's say a computer program or an agent. So like a physical agent, a human agent has a brain. So similarly, an artificial agent would also have a brain. ठीक है, और उस brain के अंदर आप वो intelligent algorithm implement करते हैं. So what is the brain of an artificial agent? The brain of an artificial agent is primarily the algorithm that incorporates intelligence in it. ठीक है, जैसे अभी बात हुई थी पहले न्यूरल नेटवर्क्स की. So neural networks is primarily an algorithm that actually implements or incorporates intelligence into a program. ठीक है, and therefore we can call neural network as a brain of an agent. Similarly, एक comment हम देख रहे थे जिसमें उन्होंने कहा कि it's a collection of many if-else statements. So all these if-else statements, conditional statements जो हैं, they can also be called as brain of an agent. ठीक है, just to give it a similarity with a human agent, क्योंकि human agent के अंदर भी जो है वो एक brain है, तो similarly an intelligent program would also have a brain. The brain of an intelligent program is the algorithm that you have implemented or the technique that you have implemented in order to achieve intelligence. जैसे मैंने बताया कि neural networks, or in some cases rules. If else statements are primarily rules. So sometimes you don't like use say algorithms like computational processing, you hard code the rules. Okay, so this is how AI started in 50s and 60s. They hard coded all the rules inside in the brain of an artificial agent. Okay, so brain of an artificial agent is primarily the technique that you are using in order to impart intelligence in a system. Okay, so this is what a standard, well, I'll not say that it's a standard definition of artificial intelligence. It is just one of the definitions of artificial intelligence. So you will find a lot of different intelligent definitions. Okay? So some of the definitions are quite specific to the application that you are trying to perform. Okay? But by far, this is a sort of a generic sort of a description of an intelligence of artificial intelligence. So what would be the thrust here in this particular course? Again, we'll try to develop intelligent computer programs, and the definition of intelligence would vary. Some of the systems would be just intelligent, and some of the systems could be very intelligent. So if you are on the very end of the intelligence, then that would mean that you are performing very closely to humans. And if you are just on the lower end of intelligence, that means that you are performing better than a chance. ठीक है, तो आप randomly अगर decisions करते हैं, तो अगर आपकी एल्गोरिथम जो है वो रैंडम डिसीजन से बेहतर डिसीजंस करती है, देन यू कैन देन अगेन इट क्वालिफाइज एज एन इंटेलिजेंट सिस्टम. आपने वो बेटर चांस कैसे अचीव किया है? You have achieved that by implementing various algorithms inside a computer program. Okay? And those algorithms could be say bio-inspired algorithms. That means that you have some biological process and you actually try to replicate that biological process in the form of an algorithm. जैसे अभी हमने बात की neural networks, genetic algorithms, rule-based systems. ठीक है. So these are all different types of methods through which intelligence can be incorporated. ठीक है. Okay, so Kaim का question है कि does it make a chess AI one of the most intelligent agents as they perform better than human at the chess? Well, this is again specific to a particular task. You can't really generalize this. You can, yes, you can say that chess AI that has been developed so far, especially जो कि हम deep blue की example दे रहे थे, और उसके अलावा भी they actually perform better because they have beaten humans, the best of the best human expert in that particular game, or इसलिए we can say that for this particular task, that for playing chess, they perform better. ठीक है. So that's why I told you that the other extent of the other extreme जो कि higher end के ऊपर intelligence को आप achieve कर सकते हैं, that could go beyond humans. लेकिन एक चीज आपको you have to be careful here, and that is कि the knowledge that you have imparted into that particular intelligent system, the basic knowledge or the fundamental knowledge is same or it has been gathered from the humans. That you see that how humans play chess, and then that information is actually used as base information in developing these games. Okay? So it's not something that has come independently. The basic knowledge, the source of basic knowledge is still a human being. Okay? So total independence has not been achieved yet. ठीक है, आपको कोई ना कोई बेस नॉलेज चाहिए, और वो बेस नॉलेज जनरली ह्यूमन बीइंग्स ही, एंड इन ऑल दीज केसेस ह्यूमन बीइंग्स ही प्रोवाइड करते हैं. ठीक है. So that knowledge जो कि humans provide कर रहे हैं, that knowledge could be in the form of rules. If else statements की form में वो rules भी हो सकते हैं, I mean rules की form में भी हो सकते हैं, or that knowledge could be incorporated or encoded into some sort of data, और उस data से भी आप वो knowledge extract कर सकते हैं. ठीक है. तो it depends कि आपकी problem क्या है और किस तरह की problem solve करना चाहते हैं. लेकिन कायम you are correct. I mean आपके क्वेश्चन का आंसर ये है कि we can say that chess AI within the domain of playing chess is more intelligent compared to humans, and but that intelligence is not an intelligence that has been autonomously achieved without any prior information. ठीक है. So that prior information, the source for that prior information or prior knowledge is still a human being. ठीक है. Okay. Right. So this is primarily a definition. So enough of this definition. Now let's move on and see or कौन सी definitions available हैं. So these are just alternative definitions that are available. AI is a reproduction of human reasoning and intelligent behavior by computational models. So this is just another way of saying what has been said earlier. लेकिन इसमें आपने उसको segregate कर लिया into reasoning. So the intelligent behavior is based upon reasoning. So primarily, if you and again, if you look at, for all practical purposes, it's an attempt, okay, and sometimes you might succeed in achieving that the outcome or the output that you want to achieve, and in some of the cases you may not be able to do that. For example, AlphaGo के केस में आपने वो अचीव कर लिया, चेस के केस में भी आपने वो अचीव कर लिया, लेकिन कुछ और एप्लीकेशंस ऐसी होंगी जिसमें यू आर स्टिल स्ट्रगलिंग और आप उसमें अचीव नहीं कर पा रहे. ठीक है. Okay, so Russell and Norvig has actually defined this or categorized these different dimensions of AI into these four different well boxes. ठीक है. So intelligence को आप कैसे define कर सकते हैं? So this is like the first level. Okay, the first level is that you only look at the actions that are being performed, okay, and you don't look at why those actions have been performed. Say if a person is acting like humans, that is one extreme, okay, and the other extreme would be that an intelligent agent is acting rationally, ठीक है. So यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा आपने क्या किया कि the goal of artificial intelligence, you have diluted it a little bit. Dilution से क्या मुराद है? तो you are only restricted yourself to rational behavior or rational actions. ठीक है. So when you are talking about humans, उसमें rational और irrational दोनों इकट्ठे हो सकते हैं. Sometimes humans could also behave irrationally. तो आप अगर ह्यूमन इंटेलिजेंस की बात करते हैं तो रैशनल और इरैशनल एक्शंस दोनों को आप मिमिक करने की कोशिश करेंगे. Whereas if you are talking about an intelligent system, and if you want an intelligent system that should not learn irrationality or actions that are irrational, in that case you should only be focusing on actions that are rational in nature. Okay, so that's at the action level. So what has been performed? For example, you have a robot, and there are certain actions that that robot has to perform. For example, in an agriculture field, that robot has to sow a seed, and maybe have to say cut a plant or something like that, or cut a fruit, or perform or apply say fertilizer on in the field, or apply some sort of pesticide in the field. So these are all different actions. So when you are evaluating a system, you only look at that whether these actions have been performed correctly or not. Okay. So how intelligent the algorithm that is working behind those particular actions is, you really don't look at that. Okay. So यहाँ पे hard coding आ जाती है. So you can hard code the system, and when you are hard coding the system, that means that you are only looking at actions, and you are not really looking at the intelligence behind that action. Okay, so that's like one end. The other end is that you also look at the reason that why those actions have been performed, और उसमें वो thinking वाली part आ जाती है. So if you extend this definition and make it more comprehensive, then you also look at the brain behind that particular action, that why a particular action is being taking place. और उसमें भी दो आपके पास चीजें आती हैं. Either you can develop algorithms, or you can try to develop algorithms that think like humans, or you can try to develop algorithms that think rationally. ठीक है. So thinking और acting में जो basic फ़र्क है वो ये है कि in acting you are only looking at, or in actions you are only looking at the output or the outcome. और जब आप thinking को साथ incorporate करते हैं, you are actually looking at the reason that why a particular action has been taken. ठीक है. So thinking rationally, thinking like humans, and acting rationally and acting like humans. So these are the two divisions that are present in artificial intelligence. So while only looking at the rational behavior, you have actually limited the scope of intelligence or artificial intelligence. So if I want to like separate the two, I'll actually be separating out uh, vertically. ठीक है? So it's almost the same thing जो कि हमने पहले डिस्कस की है, better than a chance behavior and human like behavior. So on one end you have human like behavior and on the other hand you have rational behavior. So आप सिर्फ rational behavior के ऊपर focus करते हैं. Most of the applications that you will find, they only focus on correct outcomes और correct outputs. ठीक है? जैसे आपने ऑटो पायलट अगर जहाज़ के लिए बनाना है, एरोप्लेन के लिए, तो यू ऑब्वियसली not try to mimic an irrational behavior of a pilot. ठीक है? So irrational behavior might be ending up in some sort of a crash or something like that. So you don't want that to happen. Therefore, you will only focus on rational behavior. So you have actually you are not looking at the totality. So it again depends upon the application जो कि आप देख रहे हैं, क्या उसमें आपको human like behavior चाहिए या आपको rational behavior चाहिए. ठीक है? तो अगर आप ह्यूमन लाइक बिहेवियर की बात करते हैं तो देन यू शुड आल्सो बी रेडी फॉर सम इरेशनल आउटकम्स. और अगर आप इफ यू आर ओनली लुकिंग एट रैशनल बिहेवियर, so that would mean that you are not focusing on the irrationality that is associated with any particular action. Okay, I hope this is clear. Okay. The next few slides are primarily the explanation of these four boxes. ठीक है? और उसमें I'll basically be okay. So the next few slides वहाँ पे आपको act like humans और act rationally इनमें differences के बारे में जो है वो पता चलेगा. So there is one question from Faraz says that how do you decide which action is rational or irrational? Okay, a rational action would always give you a correct outcome. ठीक है? So let's say if you want to recognize an object present in an image, और अगर आप कभी करेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट रिकग्नाइज करते हैं और कभी इनकरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट रिकग्नाइज करते हैं, तो इस वजह से रैशनल बिहेवियर में क्या होगा, रैशनल बिहेवियर में यू ऑलवेज एक्सपेक्ट द करेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट रिकग्निशन. ठीक है? सो दैट इज व्हाट यू आर ट्राइंग टू अचीव इन दिस पर्टिकुलर केस. सो डिसाइड आप कैसे करते हैं, आप ये एल्गोरिथम की कैपेबिलिटी के ऊपर डिसाइड होता है कि क्या वो रैशनल. सो व्हेन वी से रैशनल बिहेवियर वी से दैट द करेक्ट आउटकम इज ऑलवेज देयर. ठीक है? हम करेक्ट आउटपुट की बात कर रहे हैं, इनकरेक्ट आउटपुट की बात नहीं कर रहे. ठीक है? सो एक्टिंग रैशनली एंड थिंकिंग रैशनली वुड मीन कि जो भी एक्शन एक इंटेलिजेंट एजेंट या आर्टिफिशियल एजेंट परफॉर्म कर रहा है एक्शन, वो करेक्ट एक्शन होगा हमेशा. और जैसे वो थिंक कर रहा है, एसोसिएटेड रीजनिंग बिहाइंड टेकिंग एन एक्शन वुड ऑलवेज बी करेक्ट. ठीक है? So that's actually something that's a very say a stringent sort of a condition that you have applied on intelligent systems. Okay, so right. So is there any question on this? Okay. So if there isn't any question, then we'll end our discussion today with this, and next time we'll Ji Ibrahim, go ahead.
Sir, I had a question regarding the enrollment for this course. I don't have a question regarding the content.
So, एक minute, let me so if there is any question related to the discussion that we have so far. Okay, if there isn't any, तो फिर